Hello! Welcome to another episode of AI Spotlight Show. We are live here at IAA Mobility here in the city of Munich, Germany. Today is the third day of the conference. We'll have some exciting keynote speaker since yesterday, and they've been talking about the different kinds of innovation in the area of the automobile industry. And the one thing that we've learned from this conference is the intersection between AI and mobility. And today we'll be interviewing another organization that will be telling us how they're integrating AI, most especially for their OEM partners. And who do we have the opportunity of speaking with today?
I'm Harald Barth. I'm doing the product marketing for the driving assistance and autonomous driving group within Valeo.
Great. Do you want to tell us about Valeo as a company?
Oh, yes, sure. So Valeo is a major global automotive supplier, and we are focused on the automotive industry. That's our core business. We have been in there since more than 100 years. Wow. And we have accelerated in what we call the software-defined vehicle revolution in recent years, and are one of the major partners to the automotive industry and automotive car makers in that field.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, let us talk about the specific product offering, offered by Valeo.
So that we have three what we call divisions, so business areas, so to say. We have Light, which is doing everything about lamps inside the vehicle, outside the vehicle, but also about visibility. So that includes wipers and everything cleaning, so seen and seen being seen.
Okay.
If you have toured the show, you have seen a lot of exterior lighting used for styling and vehicle design issues. So a lot of that technology is value-based, and we are involved in a lot of that. The second division is what we call power. Okay. That's everything to do with the powertrain. That can be clutches, but also electrification for hybrid or EVs. And also thermal management of the cabin, but also thermal management of the engine or of the battery stack. Okay. Very important for the range of a battery electric vehicle. Okay. So that's the second one. And then the third one is what we call brain. Okay. Brain is dealing with making individual mobility convenient, enjoyable, and above all, safe. Okay. For drivers around the globe, for everyone. So that is dealing with the interior cocoon to keep you convenient, with everything interaction in the vehicle. And then with the exterior cocoon for active safety and driving assistance, and ultimately automated and autonomous driving.
Wow, that is amazing. Just to do a quick recap of the three, business area. You said we have the lightning. Yeah. We have the brain. Which one's the third one?
The power for the powertrain.
Okay, great. Now let us talk about, let us look at each of these products. How has Valeo been able to integrate AI into each of these products? Do you want to talk about these specific products?
That's a very good question, because we have integrated AI-based algorithms in our product for the first time already more than 20 years ago. It was a camera system that was detecting and recognizing pedestrians behind the vehicle, so that when you reverse the car, we detected pedestrians, like a kid, a child, in your driveway, to ensure that the vehicle not only shows the person in the view, but that you recognize it, and that we actively can stop the car to keep not only the car but also the people around safe, which is really important.
Wow. Now, under the lights, do you guys have any product where you kind of integrate AI into the light, like probably helping to collect some data, to kind of give the owner of the car some information on maybe there is something they are doing in terms of misuse of the lightning? Yeah.
One way to do is to customize, to personalize a function, so that you learn about the driver, about the use of a vehicle, of the owner of a vehicle or user of a vehicle. Okay. That you learn about the preferences so that you can predict and adapt. Even before you want to do something, the system will adapt for you, so that we predict how you want the system to behave, and that we ensure that we are up to it ahead of time, so that it's more useful and more intuitive for you to use. But talking about light and the products there, a lamp, for instance, it generates heat, so you need to cool it, and this cooling geometry on the device, on the component, needs to be designed so that it is easy to manufacture, so that it's cost effective, but that it's very performant in its duty to dissipate the heat, and other requirements we have around the product. And actually AI is not only about what we put in the product, but also how we develop the product. So light products are a very good example of where we use already today, and even more in the future, AI tools to help us accelerate and be more efficient and more straight to the point, to develop good products for the industry in the development process.
Wow. One quick follow-up question. Do you guys have maybe any kind of feature around the lightning that provides some analytic information on how the light is being used by the owner? Maybe the OEM partner are thinking of, collecting data from the lighting. Have you guys built that kind of custom solution?
So maybe two examples there. One is exterior lighting, so your headlamps. When you're driving down a city or cross-country road, maybe at night or maybe it's raining, we want to keep the light where you need it. So we want to keep the light where you're looking and where the road goes. So AI can help us anticipate, together with the information from our exterior sensors, from map data, but also from what we learned over the time and the routes you take and took in the past, so that we ensure putting the light always right at the right time at the right place. That's one way to do it. Another example might be in the inside of the vehicle, the interior lighting. And that's maybe even more, you might be, at the end of the day, you might be stressed out. And you're going to pick up your kid from soccer. I'm a German, so it's soccer.
Definitely.
And you may want to cool down. So we are going to detect that using our interior sensors. We are going to detect your mood. We see you're stressed, and we are going be able, together with the systems in the car, also together with the OEM systems and functions, to adjust the interior atmosphere. That might be lighting, that might be sound, but lighting is very effective there to actually create an atmosphere that helps you cooling down. In the 15-20 minutes you're going to drive to the soccer field to pick up your kid, so that when the kid is entering the car, you're in a good mood and you can enter right away in a good discussion, talk about the game, about the training. So that's one way, just one example, user example for the interior, where AI can help us to better understand and to learn and to predict.
Wow. Then one quick follow-up question on the lighting aspect before we look at the other products. Does the user, the owner of the car, have the opportunity to interact with this information that are being collected, let you understand, from the lightning itself?
So you probably also touch on data privacy and etc. So there should always be the ability for the user to make the decision whether he wants to use or not to use a function, specifically when we are talking about this predictive and learning system. But taking the example of the interior atmosphere, usually these kind of systems come with a menu option where you can select that the system is adapting to your mood lightly or medium or strongly, something like that. What we learned in decades of, let's say, user interaction is that human beings, people, they want to be in charge, they want to be in control. So while they want to have an automated intuitive system should, without any effort, do what they wish. They also want to have at least the ability to interact. So there will always be kind of an interface, a menu or something like that, where the user can actually influence the behavior of the system and interact with it.
Wow, that is nice. Okay, let's talk about the second phase of the products.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the second one again? Before the brain.
Before the brain, it was power.
Okay, let's talk about the power.
And there again, the strong point is when we talk about like range.
Okay.
We apply AI algorithms to know the state of the vehicle, the state of the battery. Specifically in electric vehicles, in battery electric vehicles, people are conscious about range, etc.
Okay.
So we know your daily routines, we know your routes, we know the traffic.
Yes.
So we can adapt the systems, how the system are configuring the whole architecture in the vehicle to ensure that we always maximize the range for you before you have access to the next charging station. And then again, in power, we are talking a lot about physical components, again, thermal management, but also motors and power electronics, where again, we more and more use AI tools in helping us designing and developing the products faster and to achieve a better performance at hopefully a better cost for the OEMs, so that the vehicle becomes not only better, but also more attractive to the market.
Great. Now, do you want to talk about the AI being integrated into this platform, like collecting some predictive data?
That's maybe really best. The example here is when we enter into brain, if you allow me.
Okay. Is there, but do you currently have any product under the power that is being integrated with any form of AI?
As I mentioned, we're using it with anticipating the routes. So that we can configure the system to maximize the range. But going into detail would be a bit exploding our time here.
Okay, let's talk about the brain.
Yeah. So in brain, that's probably the most easy way to illustrate AI usage. So there as well, we are using AI in all our development processes. We're using it in our manufacturing processes. So AI is everywhere in our business. I'm using it in the office for my office tools to make my life more efficient and easier. But when we talk about active safety systems or assisted driving, automated driving, what is really key there is we need to understand the situation around us. So we call that perception. We have a lot of sensors in the vehicle, around the vehicle. So the vehicle is collecting a lot of data in real time. And we have to process that. And we have to understand what that data means. And deterministic software just brought us so far. But real traffic, it's not, you cannot specify forward driving, intersection, taking a turn. Real driving situations are super complex. And they come in millions and millions and billions of mutations and iterations. And you cannot have for each and every variation a deterministic if-then clause in your software. That's just impossible. So AI is helping us to make sense of the situation we're in and to really understand, to say, okay, there is a truck, there are two cars, one in front, one at the side. There is a bicycle coming from behind us, so we have to keep an eye on that. There is a pedestrian walking over there at the moment, not relevant to us, but we keep an eye on that as well. We know where the street is, the lane, we know the speed limit because we have read the signs, so that we fully understand the scene. So that is the perception. Then it's about prediction. And that's where AI comes into play. without AI, prediction is super hard, if even possible.
Yeah.
So AI helps us to take this information that we have, which is right now, real time, and then to predict 1, 2, 3 seconds into the future.
Okay.
So I mentioned this pedestrian. At the moment, it's not relevant to us because the pedestrian is there, we are driving there. But the pedestrian might show an inclination to turn towards the street.
Yeah.
And there might be another pedestrian over there that's turning and looking. And maybe that's indicating that this pedestrian is about to cross the street or enter the street.
Okay.
So we can be prepared for that so that we can react to it in time without creating a critical situation, so that we are always ahead of time.
Okay.
So that's perception, that's prediction.
Okay.
And then in driving policy, you know, the decision making, what are we actually doing? Where do we steer? How do we accelerate? How do we brake? You want your vehicle, when it's in automated mode, to behave human-like. And human-like behavior in deterministic code is super hard, if even possible. But with AI, again, we can learn from your personal driving behavior.
Yeah.
So we know kind of what you like.
Okay.
So we can adapt, and we can also learn from a lot of data collected in the field.
Okay.
From other drivers, from other sources, so that we can make the driving behavior of the system quite human-like and intuitive, so that you feel intuitively and instantly safe, and that you can trust the system. So it's perception, prediction, and decision-making or driving policy.
Okay. But do you think that at this point, can we trust this AI technology for decision making? Do you think, based on the level it is, can it be fully trusted to make decision? And I know that is where the concept of the autonomous vehicle comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, can it be fully trusted when it comes to making decision on its own?
So when it comes to autonomous vehicles and can they be trusted, I mean, you can see where there are more and more pilot projects and pilot applications available in reality, both in China, in Europe, in North America, and in other areas in the world.
Yeah.
Where we applying as an industry, not Valeo alone, but as an industry, where we are applying this kind of technology and services to the market. And I personally believe that we are on the brink of scaling that technology. So we have achieved the level where we can really start to trust the system and the system behavior.
Okay.
I speak from experience. I have been driving in large cities a few times already in this kind of, we call them robo-taxis.
Okay.
And it's natural. It's super intuitive. You feel safe from the first second.
Wow.
You don't even think about that there is no driver in the driver's seat.
Okay.
So that said, also that at Valeo, before we apply something, we always make sure it's fully validated. We don't put something in the market half-baked and say, okay, let's try it out, and see how it works.
I see.
We always put safety first in the process.
Okay, before we talk about specific business use cases of all these AI products offered by Valeo, can you talk about Valeo initiative in terms of incorporating responsible AI principles into the design of these products?
Talking about
this, EU is a very regulated environment.
There is this famous EU AI Act.
Yeah.
And I'd say I want to keep it short here.
Okay.
Just very clearly, one, as I mentioned, safety and data privacy is in the core of what we do.
Okay.
We are fully certified state-of-the-art for cybersecurity. So the data we have is safe and secure with us. We are not going to share it easily. So that is cybersecurity, security of the data privacy is the core of what we do.
Okay.
And second one is when it comes to regulations, laws, may it be in Europe, may it be in other areas in the world, we are always fully complying to them. So we're part of, let's say we read them carefully, but sometimes we're even part of when it comes to consultations.
Okay.
And we express our thoughts and our ideas where we think this is helpful to go forward. But at the end of the day, if a regulator is implying a regulation, we're always fully compliant.
Great, I see that. Okay, let's talk about maybe just few of the business use cases from a consumer point of view. Yeah, do you want to talk about it?
So consumer, as I mentioned, what we strive for, what is our objective, our vision is that we provide an individual in a mobility experience that is always convenient, enjoyable, even enjoyable, and above all safe. It has to be safe to start with, but whatever we do, we're always thinking, how is this from a user perspective, from a user experience perspective? There are, I would say, two main aspects to consider. One is, as a user, you always want a feature or function, a system to be easy to understand and to easy to interact with, so that you can use it intuitively. You don't want to read a 200-page manual. You just want to press the buttons or go through the menu, or you just see the behavior of the system, and it's kind of easy for you to understand what the system is doing. So that is one aspect, how what we have to take into account when we design a system. The algorithms, the features, but also the physical interaction, the physical devices with which you interact. That's one thing. And the other thing is, you mentioned trustworthy behavior of autonomous driving. You want the system to operate, to behave good, and to the point that you can trust it. So that it's just doing what you expect it to do, without that you have, to program it yourself or whatever. It's kind of you want to operate it at a push of a button, and then it's doing. So interior of the car, the interaction, the interfaces, that we understand your mood, your situation, and the atmosphere in the vehicle, so that we can properly interact with you. And then outside the vehicle, again, this perception, prediction, and driving policy to keep you safe, but also to provide you ultimately with assisted systems, but also ultimately automated driving systems to make your journey not only safe, but as I mentioned, convenient, laid back, and enjoyable.
Wow, that is great. Then my last question to round up this interview is, what has made Valeo, a top leader in terms of creating, AI-powered, products in the automobile space? What makes you guys better than your competitors out there? And why should the OEM become, a permanent partner with Valeo?
So maybe, let me think, maybe two aspects there as well. One is, we have been in the AI game for quite a while. I mentioned that we launched an AI-based product more than 20 years ago. And AI didn't go away since then, so it always become bigger and bigger, and we use it more and more for all the systems we do. Not only in Brain, but also within Valeo. About 10 years ago, or almost 10 years ago, we founded Valeo AI, which is an AI lab with a headquarter in Paris. We are French, or we are Valeo. But it's a global network of AI experts, and I mean really AI experts. Their first mission is to interact with the scientific communities, with universities around the globe, to understand and to develop AI models, AI architectures. So to have really a very deep understanding of AI. There are not so many people in the world to really understand what AI is and is doing. Many people can apply it, but not many people really understand it to the core. So those are really super bright people. And they interact with a huge global scientific community. And why is that important to us? Because in recent years, AI models, AI algorithms, AI architectures have shown an accelerated growth and development due to the fact that the compute power have become available at the edge, but also for training in the cloud. So models, ideas that had been around for quite a while, they can now be applied, and now we can move forward. And this Valeo AI helps us to stay ahead of the pack, to fully understand, deeply understand what's happening there, so that when new models, new architectures become available, they can help us to quickly apply that in our businesses, in our functions. So that's one thing. We are ahead there, and we have Valeo AI was at the time the first automotive AI lab globally.
Wow.
So that's maybe one thing. And the second thing is we have quite a pragmatic approach there, and we go always strong with collaborations and partnerships. So when we see someone or a company or a body that has something that we think can help us to do better, or we have a company where we think they're even better in a specific topic than we are, we're always willing to collaborate, we're always willing to partner, and we have a long heritage and history of very strong collaborations. And here at IAA, we have announced new collaborations and expanded and enhanced collaborations with companies that is also core with us and help us grow and always not be limited to our own core strengths, but also provide the global strength of the industry to our OEM customers and partners.
Wow. That is amazing. And just to add this, what part of the world does Valeo has like an headquarter presence?
That's an interesting question. So Valeo is about 100,000 plus people. So our main headquarters is in downtown Paris. So our heritage is French, but we're a global company. So our board members, our managers, they are quite global. For brain and power and light, the headquarters are around Paris still. But for driving assistance and automated driving, for instance, the headquarters is in Germany. But then our teams are all over the world. We have about 9,000 engineers in software. We have 5,000 engineers using AI tools in their daily life. So those thousands of people, they are in Paris or in France, so to say. There are other locations in Germany, in other locations in Europe, in North Africa, in Asia, China, Korea, Japan, India for software. We have North America, so we're really global there. And we're using a lot of AI tools and video conference, etc., to manage such a global team in an efficient way.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining this episode of AI Spotlight Show.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah, this brings us to the end of our interview section with Valeo. As we heard from him, Valeo kind of specialize their product in 3 levels. The first one has to do with the lightning products, and the second one has to do with the power products, and the third one has to do with the brain. And he was able to also explain how AI is being integrated into each of these products to make life comfortable for the car owners, and to also help the OEM manufacturers to be able to collect data and also build vehicle that would suit the vehicle owners. And most of these AI features also have predictive features to be able, like now, for fuel management, even for environment detection, which ensure passenger safety. And that is what we are seeing in the world of AI and mobility. And that is why there's been a lot of discussion how AI is going to shape mobility. And those are one of the things that Valeo is doing. Thank you for joining this episode of AI Spotlight. We're still here at IAA Mobility Summit, still here in Munich, Germany. Today is the 3rd day of the conference, and tomorrow is the last day, and we've had some exciting moments speaking to other organizations. Stay tuned. I still remain Henry Onowale, the executive producer of AI Spotlight. Talk to you guys soon.